almost surreal. There I was, trying to convince him that I loved being alone in that cabin with him, when all the time he was intending to murder me.
Must have been awful.
Yes, all I could think about was trying to get some sort of proof, some confession.
Do you think you should try and get some sleep now?
No, I'm too keyed up.
How about some more tea?
A little later, maybe. You know, it always seems to end up like this. Me, battered and bruised, and you right by my side taking care of me.
Well, somebody has to.
I can't believe I was so stupid to get tricked into going up to that cabin. I should have known better.
Try not to think about it. It's over, Celia.
No, it won't be over until Grant's out of prison.
Well, I should think that won't be too long.
I wouldn't count on that. We all know how fast the justice system works.
Don't worry about it, though. This case seems really open and shut.
Well, it will be if Grant Putnam confesses. If he doesn't, then who knows how long it'll go on.
Well, morning all.
Morning. You're home.
Stay back, please. Back. Not since last year's rugby final as a bloke needed a shower more.
We were beginning to get worried about you.
Well, time just kind of got past me. I was drinking coffee 1 minute, and the next second it was daylight.
What happened?
Putnam didn't even hesitate. He's confessed to the whole thing. Most of the time I've spent with the DA using his evidence to help dismantle the case against your Grant.
Well, then it looks good.
The DA seems to think so.
I just want to know one thing. When can I see my husband?
Believe me, Celia, I want him out of there as quickly as you do.
If Grant Putnam's confessed, then what's the holdup?
Well, there was a slight problem in finding Jake. Bert finally tracked him down at Kelly's, and he's now working on the legal papers.
That still doesn't answer my question.
I'm sorry, soon is the best I can do.
I'm sure everyone's moving as fast as possible.
Yeah, you can count on it.
Well, you said that Grant confessed.
Right. He didn't even stop there. I mean, once we'd gotten over the main hurdles, he started to provide details. Incredible. He was still at it when I left.
But you said that sometimes confessions don't stand up.
This one will. I have investigators now working on the information. I anticipate that by closing time, we will have total validation of the confession.
Robert, I know this sounds ridiculous, but did he mention the kissing incident in the library?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that was the very first time that he changed his hair and clothes to impersonate Grant. Now, that was him that you saw. Yeah, it was him kissing Tanya in the library there. It was also Putnam that Mrs. Sparks and the woodcutter saw. You know, this was quite an ingenious plan, really.
Certainly fooled all of us.
Yeah, well, the important thing was that you retained a degree of belief in your husband. If it hadn't been for your doubts, this whole thing would never have gotten rolling.
Yes, I know I considered that, but that's also what got Dr. Borden killed.
You can't think about that.
I do.
Look, we had no idea that Putnam would kill Borden. We were just working on a case.
Holly, I'm sorry, but we just couldn't afford to let Grant know that we were onto him.
Jake didn't even know about this up until the last minute, only then because he coerced it out of Grant.
And that was just last week.
I'm concerned with yesterday when Robert rushed off to rescue you. And I really could have helped.
Well, there was no point in risking lives unnecessarily. Is that tea in there by any chance?
I see, something I'm good at. Going for tea.
I thought I might like to take a cup up to the shower with me. I've got to get changed and head back to work.
But you haven't had any sleep.
Well, I can do that later. Maybe a little bit of milk and 1 cube of sugar. Thanks a lot.
I'll think about it.
Well, don't think about it too long. I've only got a few minutes.
Holly, for saving my life, don't you think the least you could do is get him some tea?
Yeah, I will. Don't you think you should get some rest, though?
Not yet.
Yeah, but you're exhausted.
No, Holly, not until my husband's free.
Well, if that's what you really want.
That's all I want. Holly, I knew you would be.
I'm not hurt. Really, I'm surprised. I could have helped.
Well, no one's denying that.
Couldn't you at least filled me in? You know, this whole thing makes me feel a bit like a nitwit who had the wool pulled over her eyes.
Robert and I felt it would be too dangerous. Grant was completely insane, capable of murder.
You already know I've dealt with worse.
No one like Grant.
You were in danger. I could have been in danger. I wouldn't have hurt. I would have helped.
Holly, somewhere deep inside me, I knew that Grant wasn't going to hurt me. He was too obsessed with me to harm me. At least that's what I thought at the time. But someone like you, anyone in his way, would have been in extreme danger.
Of course, Robert went along with this theory.
Robert didn't want anyone to know. It was just the four of us. Just himself, me, my Grant, and then Jake as of a few days ago.
I don't blame you, Celia.
Well, then don't blame Robert.
This isn't the first time.
I know it. But you can't be too hard on him. He went through sheer hell to get to the cabin in time to save my life.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And he risked his own life several times.
I'm sure he was very grateful for the opportunity to repay Grant. He did save my life, after all, and risked his own.
Exactly.
The important thing here is that you're safe and Putnam is behind bars. Now we just got to get your Grant out.
I just hope it's soon.
You know, if you don't mind my saying, you don't seem terribly excited by that. I mean, at this time you should be on top of the world.
I know. I am. I am excited about seeing him.
But
But we've got a lot in our past to work out.
you'll get through it.
Will we? I don't know. Whatever happens, it's not going to be easy.
Well, Grant Andrews is released.
Well, that's difficult to say.
Well, they said that it could be as soon as today in the news.
Well, it's possible. There's still some legal work involved, but we're taking it step at a time.
I want to go with you to the prison when you pick him up.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Celia and Jake will be accompanying me.
Celia?
That's right, Tanya. The Andrews have reconciled. And to say the least, your presence would be awkward.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I'm sorry.
But no reason to apologize. I'll see Grant when he gets back to Port Charles.
That's certainly your prerogative.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Leave the traffic over there. Of course I would. I'd drive a car too, you know.
Bert tells me that they are still interrogating this guy.
That's what we've got so far, and this is about a third of it.
Your boy certainly has had something to say, hasn't he?
I tell you, you wouldn't believe it. This guy's going at it like there's no tomorrow.
Well, for him there may not be.
I'm not kidding. I've never seen anything quite like this. He's presenting his whole confession as if it's a lecture on the fine art of murder.
What about the frame-up?
Well, he's apparently kept a detailed list of every step.
He's produced a list?
Didn't have to. He's got the whole bloody thing memorized.
Sounds like this guy's a little off his rocker.
Hmm? I think it's safe to assume he's not playing with a full deck. I mean, he's kept the whole thing locked within himself for so long, he just can't shut up. The point is, though, he sounds almost proud of it.
You know, I've always suspected he might be the manic-depressive type.
Just so long as he stays manic like this, it's fine.
Well, I've got enough to start.
Yeah, well, that's what I figured. Most of that information deals with the frame-up.
Say, you do have an attorney down there with him, don't you?
Nah, court appointed. I'm not screwing this one up.
Well, the legal work should only take a couple hours.
Good. In that case, you can accompany Celia and I to the prison this afternoon.
Does he know?
No. Celia's safe on that because she gets down to the prison.
See you later.
Yo.
Hi, Holly. I was told that Celia's here. Hi. You okay?
Don't come near me.
Celia,
I knew you'd jump to a conclusion like this.
you're free. For the first time in a long time, you're free. You can make your own choices. Be with the people you want to be with.
Don't you think you're being a bit presumptuous, Jimmy?
No.
Excuse me, guys. I'm sure you want to be alone.
Absolutely something that...
She left?
Yeah.
She went to the police station?
Yeah, she's gone.
You all right?
Yeah, she's gone for good this time.
Fletcher and a couple of his goons tried to kill him.
Is he all right?
And a few lacerations and a bad bruise on the shoulder, but he'll be all right.
Were they DVX?
Well, Fletcher certainly is.
So were the other two. One of them was even a trustee. Unfortunately, with a thing like this, you never know about it until it's too late.
Well, luckily for Grant, it wasn't too late.
You know, something about this kid, I wanted to believe him from the very beginning. But there's just so much of it in here.
What's that?
Oh, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. The other guy did it.
Yeah, well, this is one case where the guy wasn't lying.
Makes you wonder how many others aren't either.
Yeah, I guess it does make you wonder.
Well, you can't blame yourself, Warden. I mean, all we can do is the best we can do.
Well, like the man said, nobody's perfect. That'll be him. Come in.
Oh, this is quite a greeting committee. Hello, Jake. Robert.
Grant, you better sit down.
Why?
We have some rather startling news for you.
I think I'd better take it standing up. Let's have it.
Grant Putnam's been arrested.
He's confessed to the entire frame-up. Grant, you've been cleared.
Then I'm free again.
In 24 hours.
Well, all the legal stuff has been cleared. It just takes 24 hours to process.
Well, I guess I can last another day in here.
We won't let anything happen to him.
Jake, what happened? How did you get him to confess?
Well, I think we'll leave that story up to the lady that made it all happen.
The lady?
Excuse me. I think he's ready for you now.
Warden. Maybe these two could have a little privacy in those circumstances.
I think so, gentlemen. This way.